You've got to try and laugh at the right places.
Okay.
Okay, we're rolling? Well, it's just that, when you're wrong by someone, and I always answer saying hello, so they don't realise I'm a little old lady, and they think I'm a bloke, you see. So, hello, I said, and this chap said, oh, hello, is that Mr. Verity? And so by then, of course, I had to keep in his mode. Yes, I said, what do you want? And he said, well, we're doing a survey of people's houses to make sure they're not damp and have enough. What's that stuff you put in the roof? Insulation. Yeah. And I said, well, I don't want anything done. But he said, but your house might be, that you could have more insulation. We'd check your attic. How do you know I've got an attic? Said I. Well, we don't, but you better keep out of my attics and roof spaces. I don't want all that fuzzy stuff up there. Oh, yes. So, well, what about we have a test for checking whether your house is dry or damp. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, my house this is the driest house I've lived in for many years. And I know that because I have to keep the soft brown sugar in the fridge to keep it damp. But here in this house, it goes solid because it's so dry, which is why I have to keep it in the fridge. So, he said I'm not sure he quite understood all that. But anyway, so then he said, well, tomorrow we've got a chap coming and he can come and do a quick survey. And I said, well, but why do I have to have a survey? He said, well, it's regulation now because you have to have a survey every 5 years. I said, never heard that before. And you can tell this chap to go and jump in the canal or the lake or the sea. And the chap said, well, canals are awfully dirty. You wouldn't want to swim in that. I'm not asking him to swim, just jump. And how do you know anyway about canals? I wouldn't go swimming in a canal, says he. Well, I don't swim in canals. I only swim in the Indian Ocean. He said, but the Indian Ocean, do you know what that is? It's a long way away.
India.
Near India, yeah, a hot bit. Surely the Indian Ocean's quite a long way from Startley, because he knew my address and everything. And I said, well, I don't very often swim. That's the reason. Well, he said, you must have had a very interesting life, all that travelling. I said, oh yes, I've travelled a lot. In the army, Poona in 52. It's a famous. There was I don't know why people went to Poona. There was some good reason. And I've lived in many different countries, Egypt and Africa and abroad and things. I said, well, look, I think now you can go back to your giggling friends, and I will get on with my life. Because in the background I could hear people giggling. And so by then I thought, well, he's
put them on.
He's having a laugh. Because quite honestly, from early on, I realised he was leading me on.
What?
Well, he was leading me on as Mr. Verity. Mm-hmm. Because he must have realised that I wasn't a serious client who's getting any help to him.
Oh.
So that's the story, terrible story.
Another terrible story.
Yeah, another.